crochet diagram, you have way more options of things you can make, because there are so many stitches that are encoded in crochet diagrams, and that is why I've dedicated this channel to helping you understand crochet diagrams better. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to work this lacy stitch in this diagram that I have right in front of me. I got this diagram from the internet, and I'm just going to be explaining to you what the diagram says, and I'm going to be showing you how to work everything in this diagram. But before we go further, just click the subscribe button down below to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and do not forget to turn on post notifications so you are notified every time I post a new tutorial. I'm very sure you're going to find my channel very helpful. Now let's get into this video. Like I always say, whenever you see a crochet diagram, the very first thing you want to do is write out all the icons in the diagram and what they represent. That way, whenever you come across that icon in the diagram, you know what you're supposed to be doing. And in this diagram in front of me, you notice that you can see this small oval. This small oval shape represents chains. So I'm just going to draw that here at the corner and write chains. It means that wherever you see this oval shape, you do a chain. That's what this simply means. Then the next icon we can see is this letter X. This letter X is everywhere, so I'm going to write that X, and this represents single crochet. So every time you see this X in this diagram, it means you should do a single crochet. And the very last icon we can see in this diagram is this long one. It's a long, but it looks like capital T, but then it has two horizontal bars across it instead of one, like in the case of capital letter T. So I'm going to be writing that down as well, and this represents a double crochet. So everywhere you see that icon, you do a double crochet. And if you're not familiar with the single crochet and double crochet stitches, you can check the link in the description box below, because I have tutorials where I explain how to do the single crochet stitch and how to do the double crochet stitch. Those ones, the tutorials are dedicated to this stitch, so they are way more slower, and you're going to understand the stitch better when you watch those videos. So make sure you check the link in the description box. Now that we already wrote down everything that you can see in the diagram and what they mean, we are going to go ahead to start work. So I'm going to be demonstrating this stitch with this baby lamb yarn and a 4mm crochet hook. I'm just going to be using 2 strands of this and this 4mm hook, so you can see what I'm doing very clearly. Now, of course, whenever you're starting a crochet stitch, work pattern, most of them you start with a chain, and to know how many chains we're going to do, we're just going to count how many chains are here at the beginning. This is what we're going to do now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and then we have one here. So we have 30 chains. I'm going to be doing 30 chains. Let me just get my yarn. And I'm going to be doing 30 chains, just like the diagram says we should do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've just finished my 30 chains. I have 30 chains now. So I'll go back to the diagram to see what next I'm supposed to do. Here is the 30th chain, remember? So we can see this letter X in the second chain, right? So this means to do a single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and then a single crochet in the third chain from the hook, which is what I'm going to do now. This is the very first chain from the hook. This is the hook, and this is the first chain from the hook, and then in the second chain from the hook we do a single crochet, and in the third one we do another single crochet. Then I go back to the diagram to see what next to do. I've just finished these 2 single crochets, so you can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a chain of 4, and we skip 1, 2, 3, 4. So skip 4 chains, do 4 chains, and then you do a single crochet in the next, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing is going into here. You need to skip all these 4, but then you do 4 chains and single crochet in the next. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the next one you do a single crochet. just done this. So then I do chain 1, single crochet. I do chain 1, skip 1 chain, then single crochet in the next, right? So chain 1, skip 1 chain, and single crochet in the next. So I go back to the diagram again to see what I'm supposed to do next. I've just finished here. So I chain 4 again, skip 4 chains, then I do the single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet. So the pattern basically repeats from here, right? I chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet, chain 1, skip 1 chain, single crochet in the next, chain 4, skip 4 chains, single crochet in the next, chain 1, skip 1 chain, single crochet in the next, chain 4, skip 4 chains, single crochet in the next. Now I have 1 chain left. I have 1 chain left here, and I'm going back to the diagram to see what I'm supposed to do with that. So in the last chain, I just do 1 single crochet, right? Now see the X on top of the last chain. So I put 1 single crochet there. And I'm done with the very first row of this stitch. I'm done with row 1. So go to row 2. I chain 1, remember this oval shape needs to chain. I chain 1 and put the single crochet in the very first single crochet, right? See this X on top of the X, needs to be a single crochet on top of the single crochet. So chain 1, single crochet in the top of the first single crochet. And I go back to the diagram. Remember this icon represents double crochet, so I'm just going to count how many double crochets I need to do, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 double crochets in the chain 4 space. You can see that all 7 are coming out of this chain 4 space. So I put 7 double crochets there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is done. I go back to the diagram. The next thing is a single crochet in the chain 1 space from the previous row. So once I put that single crochet in the chain 1 space, I do another 7 double crochets in the chain 4 space, single crochet in the chain 1 space, and that's all I'm going to be doing till I get to the end of this row. So in this chain 1 space, I do a single crochet. In the chain 4 space, I do 7 double crochets, and I'll make you guys back up at the end. So I've finished the last set of 7 double crochets, and to end this row, I go back to my diagram to see what I'm supposed to do. I've just finished this last 7 double crochets, and I can see that the last thing is to do a single crochet in the second single crochet. This is the very first from the previous row, right? You skip this single crochet and do a single crochet in the next one. This is what I'm also going to do. I skip this single crochet, and in the very last one, I do a single crochet. And that brings me to the end of row 2. It's looking pretty already, guys. For row 3, see, this diagram is particularly helpful because they made each row different colors. So row 1 was green, row 2 blue, now row 3 is green again, and row 3. Here is row 3, and the very first thing I'm supposed to do is chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. I already did chain 4. I'm just going to complete the chain at the beginning now. I'm supposed to do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I turn the work. And of course, I go back to the diagram to see. I've just chained 5. So now the next thing is to do a single crochet. And that single crochet, see, it's on the top of a double crochet. 1, 2, 3. It's on the top of the third double crochet from the previous row. So I do a single crochet there in the top of the third double crochet, chain 1,
skip 1 double crochet and single crochet in the next. So remember, we're doing the single crochet in the top of the third double crochet from the previous row, so we count. This is 1, 2, 3. This is the third double crochet, so I put a single crochet there, then I chain 1, skip 1 double crochet and do a single crochet in the next. Right, so I go back again to the diagram. I've just gotten up to this point, so the next thing now is to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 4, and you start repeating the single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. So chain 4, single crochet in the top of the third double crochet from the previous row, chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, then single crochet in the next. So we're going to be repeating this up until the end, and I'm just going to show you a bit. Chain 4, 3, 4. In the top of the third double crochet, do a single crochet, then you chain 1, skip 1 double crochet and do a single crochet in the next. Chain 4. In the top of the third double crochet, do your single crochet, chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, single crochet in the next. Chain 4 again. Do the single crochet in the top of the third double crochet from the previous row, chain 1, skip 1 double crochet and single crochet in the next. I'm almost at the end now, so I'm just going to go back to the diagram to see what I'm supposed to do to end this row. I've just finished the single crochet, so what I'll do now is chain 2, then I put a double crochet in the top of the single crochet from the previous row. So we do the chain 2, and then we do a double crochet in the top of the single crochet from the previous row, and that brings us to the end of row 3. Right, we're done with this now. We're going to row 4. So row 4, you chain 3, see 1, 2, 3, chain 3 and do 3 double crochets in the chain 2 space. Right, so 1, 2, 3, chain 3, then you do 3 double crochets in this space, 3. Now I go back to the diagram to see how to continue. Right, I've done this 3 double crochet in the chain 2 space, then I do a single crochet in the chain 1 space. Right, single crochet in the chain 1 space, then in the next chain 4 space, see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7 double crochets in the chain 4 space, a single crochet in the chain 1 space, and that's what I'm going to be doing till I am almost at the end. So single crochet in this chain 1 space, and then 7 double crochets in the chain 4 space. This is similar to our row 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then single crochet in the chain 1 space. Up next is 7 double crochets in the chain 4 space. 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you do a single crochet in the chain 1 space, 7 double crochets in the chain 4 space, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 1 single crochet in the chain 1 space, and I'll just go back to the diagram to see how I'm supposed to end this row because I'm almost done now. I've just finished this single crochet, so what I'm going to do now is 3 double crochets in the chain 2 space, and then the last double crochet in the top of the chain 3. Right, last double crochet in the top of chain 3. We want 4 double crochets to end all together, so we do 3 in the space, 1, 2, 3, and then we do the 4th one, that's the last double crochet in the chain 3. You know, we chain 5 at the beginning of the previous row, so in chain 3 of those 5 you put your last double crochet there, and that brings me to the end of my row 4. Brings me to the end of this row, and I'm going ahead to row 5 now. So I do a chain 1, this circle here is a chain 1, and I do 2 single crochets in the next 2 double crochets. So chain 1, single crochet in the first, single crochet in the second. I go back to the diagram. Now I chain 4, then I do the single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, starting from the third double crochet from the previous row. This is almost like what we repeated in our row 3. So chain 4, in the third double crochet from the previous row, do a single crochet, then you chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, and do a single crochet in the next double crochet. So as long as you pay attention to your pattern, it's quite easy to pick up on the repeats. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the third double crochet, do a single crochet, then you chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, and do a single crochet, chain 4. In the third double crochet, you do a single crochet, chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, single crochet in the next, and you chain 4 again. In the third double crochet, you do a single crochet, chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, single crochet in the next. Now that I'm almost at the end, right, I'm just going to go to the diagram to see what I'm doing. So I chain 4, I finished this single crochet, so I chain 4, and then I do 2 single crochets in the last 2 double crochets. Okay, so chain 4, 2, 3, 4. In the last 2 double crochets, I do 1 single crochet in each of that, and I'm just done with my row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm done with row 5, and we're almost done at this point. Here is row 6, the last row in this swatch, and it says to chain 1 single crochet in the very first single crochet, then you do 7 double crochets in the chain 4 space, single crochet in the chain 1 space, 7 double crochets in the chain 4 space, and that's all we're going to be doing till we get to the end of this row. So we chain 1, single crochet in the very first stitch, do 7 double crochets in that chain 4 space, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you do a single crochet in the chain 1 space. In the chain 4 space, you do 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. In the chain 1 space again, you do a single crochet. In the chain 4 space, you do 7 double crochets, and that's all you'll be doing till you get to the end of your work. So I'm almost at the end now, and what I'm just going to do is a single crochet in the top of the single crochet from the previous row, and that brings me to the end. I'm going to fasten off because I'm now done with my swatch. And here is the swatch. So this is a very nice shell stitch, cluster, whatever you want to call it, but it's really lacy and pretty, really looking good. Now again, to finish up with this, this is our row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. you've noticed that row 5 is the same thing with row 1, right? You've noticed that. And row 2 is the same thing with row 6. So what this just means is that you just repeat from row 6 now. See, row 6 is the same thing as row 2, right? It means that you're just going to be, so you just keep repeating row 3 to 6 until you get to the end of your work, like until you get to the length that you want. You know, now we finished row 6. So now the next row to do is row 3. Oh shit, I marked the wrong place. You're repeating from row 2 to row 6. From row 2 to row 6 is the repeat. So now that you finished row 6, the next row to do is just do row 3 again, then do row 4, then do row 5, then do row 6, and then come back to do row 3. You're just going to be repeating that till you get to the length that you want. And this is even a very easy stitch pattern, because they already put it there. Even though everything else is Chinese, you can still see 7. You can see 7. You can see 28. You can see 1. So this means that you're going to be working this in multiples of 7 plus 1. That's, you're going to be making your beginning chain a multiple of 7 until you get to the measurements that you want. Let's say you want that piece. Let's say you want, if this was a blouse now and you wanted this place to measure maybe 20 inches, you keep working your chains in multiples of 7 until it measures 20 inches. Then you just add 1. So for this swatch now, they did 29 chains, which is 28. That is a multiple of 7 plus 1, right? So if you can do 28, 35, 42, 70 plus 1, and then you start working the pattern. And when you work the pattern up until this row 6 from the swatch, just keep repeating row 3 to row 6. I hope this is clear. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer them. Don't forget that there's a link to this crochet diagram in the description box. There's also a link to the written pattern in the description box. And if you've been wondering how you can make pieces with the stitches that I've been explaining, I'm very excited to let you know that my next video that I'll be uploading on Wednesday is me making a crochet blouse. And when you watch that video, you can use any of the stitches I've explained previously to make your own version of the blouse instead of using the exact stitch that I made there. And don't forget that whenever you're working with stitches, you want to make sure that you end your work where the stitch has a nice edge. Like here, this is a very nice edge. If I had ended on the previous row, you would have noticed that it won't be as nice as ending on this row, because this is a very nice edge. Again, you'll see an application of this when I post that crop top tutorial on Wednesday. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Please like, comment, share this video so that it helps me and I can keep creating more crochet tutorials for you. Again, do not forget to subscribe and turn on push notifications, so when the blouse tutorial drops on Wednesday, you are notified that I've posted. I'm going to see you in my next video, guys. Bye.